Welcome to Podnutz Daily, episode number 182. Today we are joined with Acid Burn. Well, he's affectionately known as Acid Burn, but his real name is Bill. And he is a definite contributor to Podnutz, be it the Podnutz Lounge, which is at podnutz.com/lounge. You guys should check it out. The Podnutz forums, and also just Podnutz Daily episodes. He's been great help. Oh, and you can hear him at Nuts at Night, too, which is the infamous discontinued Podnutz show, which may come back or may not come back. Anyway, how you doing, Bill?
I'm doing great. How are you, Steve?
Good. Thank you for joining us for Podnutz Daily. You're going to be the co-host for today, so we're basically going to go over some computers that you worked on and just talk about them a bit. So what computers did you work on, and what tips can you give everybody?
Well, this past few weeks, I had one that I worked on for a few weeks. It was an HP Pavilion A6000. And I also I did some data recovery on a Dell Inspiron 1545, which is one of those new laptops. I don't know if you've seen the commercials with the lollipop commercial for Dell.
No, I haven't been watching TV. Let me pull up a thing on that. It is... What's it called? What's the model?
It's the new Dell Inspiron 15 series.
Okay.
The particular one I worked on was a 1545 model.
Inspiron 1545. Inspiron 15. I was just looking at the episode of Podnutz. I think I said episode 183. I think I meant to say 182, but okay, let me just pull up a Google image of that. Oh, I have that one. Anyway, I should have known that. Okay. I have that Dell. I like it.
Yeah, it was a very nice computer to work on, especially the recovery console and the diagnostics that Dell sends with it.
Now, what was wrong with it?
That particular laptop had the client that brought it to me is actually a coworker of mine. Mm-hmm. It had a endless reboot problem where it would just come up, you'd get to the Dell Inspiron screen and it would just reboot. Ooh, so wouldn't load Windows or anything.
So it would just hold on with that Dell Inspiron screen, the bar would fill at the bottom and then it would reboot itself?
Yeah.
Sounds like boot sector problem maybe, but anyway, go ahead. How did you fix it?
Well, at first the client was worried about her pictures. She had a lot of pictures of her kids on there.
Yeah.
So that was my first objective. She didn't really care if I could fix it or not, just as long as I got her pictures. Okay.
Yeah, I've heard that before. That's pretty common.
Yeah, because it was actually still under warranty, and she's only had it 6 months. She just got it from Best Buy in February.
Wow.
And
they're actually blowing them out. I think they're like under $500 for those on Best Buy.
Yeah, she said it was fairly cheap. It was bought as a gift.
Okay.
But they were wanting to charge her. They said that her hard drive couldn't be fixed and that it had to be replaced. That to get her data back, it was anywhere from $100 to $1,600.
$1,600.
And it wasn't guaranteed that they'd get it.
Boo. Let me just guess. I'm gonna like project what you did here, because you hang out with Door Geek in the chat room, or not the chat room, the lounge. Did you use SpinRite to fix this problem?
No, I did not.
Okay.
Though if I owned SpinRite, I would have used it.
So what did you do?
Well, I went to check to see if I could access the hard drive, because I could hear it spinning up, so I wasn't sure if it was complete failure or it was just hardware. At first I ran the Dell diagnostics, and if you push, I think it's
F12?
F10 or F12, you can actually go into the Dell diagnostics that's like built in.
It's like a partition.
It's either a partition or part of the BIOS. I can't remember.
Oh, really? Wow.
It runs several various checks, like your memory, CPU, hard drive.
Yeah, Dell actually has had that for a while. They called it the utility partition.
Yeah, it's really nice.
And so what did that say?
Go ahead.
What did that say when you ran that?
It went through everything and then got to the hard drive. It ended up coming up with a error code for hard drive failure.
Okay.
Which it wasn't very descriptive. It just said hard drive failure, and gave me an error code. Which there's actually 3 different codes for that particular error.
Okay.
And the first time I ran it, it gave me the first code, which I looked around. I asked Door-to-Door Geek, and he didn't have an answer right away.
That's typical of him.
So I Googled it.
I'm just giving you a hard time, Door Geek. I just want to see if you're listening. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. I Googled it, didn't come up with anything. Pretty much everything was coming up with just that the hard drive was bad.
Okay.
So then I proceeded to run, I ran Knoppix on it.
Okay.
Just booted up into Knoppix.
Right. Good idea. To get the data off.
Yeah, to see if I could access the hard drive. And sure enough, I could access it, but when I first looked, I couldn't find all the folders were there, but they were empty.
Right. I've seen that too.
But it had some other hard drive icons, so I just went through them all, and I ended up finding the pictures. And found those. I called the client. I was like, I got your pictures. I'm able to get them. And then I came home and plugged in. I actually finally bought one of those tools that you've talked about.
What, the toaster?
It's not the toaster, but it's the USB SATA IDE converter.
Right.
And I used it for the first time, and it worked great.
Cool. So what did you use it for? So wait, let me see. Oh, you mean to plug in no, wait, what did you plug into that? Because you already had Knoppix. You found the pictures on the hard drive. What did you copy them onto?
I took the hard drive out.
Oh, I got you.
I wasn't able to access the burner.
I see.
On that computer.
I see. So you took the hard drive out and then you put it in that USB SATA USB cable.
Yeah, and I hooked it up to my laptop because I didn't want to hook it up to my desktop.
Right.
I was kind of afraid.
Right. Was it able to see the pictures again? Did you use Knoppix or?
I actually just booted into Windows on my laptop
because
I run a dual boot Linux and Windows. So I just booted to Windows, and it was able to see it as just like an external hard drive.
Huh. That's good. It's lucky. That's lucky. Usually I run Knoppix when it doesn't see it as a drive or it can't read any of the files off of it. But I mean, if it did that, that's good. So you got all the pictures off that way.
Yeah, I copied them